Everybody, we're going to get started with a reverse saw. Your knees are going to be together on the front platform. Your forearms are going to go down to the carriage, shoulder width apart, palms down or up. I want you to push the carriage out, and once you're here, lightly lift your hip, pull the belly button to the spine. Starting with an inhale, out with your arms, lengthening them as you hold your plank, and then exhale as you slowly bring the carriage back in. What you're doing is you're holding a plank on your knees, which is modified, and then you're inhaling as you lengthen the arms forward, and you're exhaling as you bend the elbows in. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can move your arms out closer to number 6 and number 9, which will make it lighter, which will have no support to bring you back in. Not no, but like less. And if you ever need to modify, bringing your forearm close to the edge of the carriage will always make it a little bit easier because it becomes heavier, which will pull the carriage in a little bit faster. Now, we're not going to be here much longer. You have 10 seconds before you pulse out 2 inches to hold. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, halfway out and hold. Lightly lift your hip, belly button to spine. You're not here for much longer. You're going to pulse outwards in 3, 2, out, 2, into. Inhale forward, exhale back. You want to try to keep the elbows from passing the shoulders, keeping them stacked the entire time. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, bend the elbows in and then back to full range. We have a plank to pike coming up next. What you're going to do is crunch inwards towards the knees, up to your hands and up to your toes. Your feet and legs will be together. If you need to modify, you'll separate the feet wider. You have 8 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, bring the carriage in with a crunch, up to your hands, up to your toes, holding a push-up. Starting with an exhale, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to exhale as you draw the belly button up towards the sky, sending your hips back. Inhaling as you go down and forward with the carriage. You want to make sure there's a soft bend in your elbow, activating the triceps and shoulders, looking at your toes as you pike up, and looking down at the carriage as you go down. We're not here for very much longer. We got your holds and pulses coming up next. All your holds will be 10 seconds today with a 20-second pulse. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, pike up halfway and hold, looking at your toes, soft bend in your elbow. We're going to start your pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2, down 2, up 2, down 2, up 2. Remember, we're not swinging the carriage with our hands. We're lifting and lowering from the center of our core. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale up first. Inhale down second and back to full range. We're getting ready for a giant reverse kneeling crunch coming up next. What we're going to do is we're going to get on the carriage, kick to the back on your non-dominant leg so that we're working out the leg that we normally don't. You have 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring the carriage in, down to your knees. Kick to the back off your non-dominant leg to reach the back. Your knees are against the strap. Your elbows are in front of the platform strap, shoulder width apart, palms up. When you're ready, tuck the chin, round the spine, lift the belly button, crunching in with your abs. You want to try to stop the knees directly underneath the hips to maintain tension. You never want to have the knee go all the way forward or even touch the platform, because when that happens, you end up losing tension, aka taking a break. Anytime that you need a break, you can hold the carriage forward, connecting the carriage and platform together. And what that'll do is it'll give you a break, a hold, and a crunch, rather than just flopping on your machine like a fish. We're almost there. We got holds and pulses coming up shortly. We're going to round the spine, lift the belly button, and hold your crunch looking at your knees in 10 seconds. Rounding in 5, 4, 3, 2, round up into a crunch and hold, lift the belly button higher, round the spine more. We're going to pulse the knees in 3, 2, out, 2, lift and round to bring it into. Inhale, release, exhale, round. Lift and crunch using nothing but your abs. We're not here for much longer. 6 seconds before you release in 3, 2, release, and then exhale as you round. Lift and crunch. We have a giant reverse saw coming up next. We're going to be dropping the knees back and then resetting our form into a plank on your knees. You have 9 seconds. Making that change in 3, 2, crunch forward, shake off your lower back. Knees go back, lightly lift the hip, belly button to spine. Inhale as you lengthen your arm to slide back. Exhale as you bend your elbow to slide forward. You're inhaling as you lengthen your arm, allowing the body to slide back with the carriage. And then you're exhaling as you bend your elbow to pull forward using the elbows against the strap. If you ever need a break, instead of flopping on the machine, you can crunch forward, child's pose, and then back at it when you're ready. Make sure that you don't go so far back that your butt drops and your back starts to arch. The back is flat like a table the entire time as you bend and lengthen the arm. We have holds and pulses coming up next. What we're going to do is go back 2 inches and hold. 10 seconds. 7, 4, 3, 2, halfway out and hold. Lightly lift the hip, belly button to spine. We're going to pulse forward and back in 5, 4, 3, 2, forward 2, back 2. Exhale, inhale. We're not here for very much longer. We're going to be going back into full range. 7 seconds, bending your elbows in 3, 2, bend the elbows to come forward, and then back to full range. We have legs coming up next. We're going to be doing a well lunge, and I'm going to teach you how to make it harder if you choose to do so. What we're going to do shortly is we're going to crunch forward, grab the handlebars, and your left knee will stay on the carriage, and your right foot will go down to the floor. In 5, 4, 3, 2, crunch forward, grab the handlebars, and the right foot will step down, meet me low and hold. Now up 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to make this challenging, you have 2 options. Your gaze is forward, your chest is tall and proud, and you're upright in your position. If you start to feel your lower back irritate you, what you can do is you can hinge forward, noticing that my upper body is in line with the back leg in a diagonal line. If you want to make this harder, up on your toes, and then meet me low. And then now, instead of being on the knees, we're up on our toes, making it a little bit more difficult. Another way to make this more difficult is taking a step forward as far as you can, because the more forward you move, the harder it gets. If you want to modify, you can take a step back and that will make it lighter. We got pulses coming up next. In 9 seconds, you're going to meet me low and hold, making that change in 3, 2, meet me low and hold. You have 7 seconds before we pulse up and down in 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Exhale up and breathing down. We're not here for much longer. We're coming up slowly in 6 seconds, making that change in 3, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9 seconds before we go into a single leg squat. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, come up and let go of the carriage. Right hand will pick up the long red strap or whatever color you have to stand up on the platform. We're going to pull the carriage in, right foot all the way forward, left toe diagonally back. Breathe in as you slowly go down into your single leg squat, and then exhale as you press through your heels to come up. Now, small machines will be a little bit different. This cable is a little long for me, so what I do is I hold the ring or the buckle down below. I like my arms behind my back, so that way I'm fixing my posture by pulling the shoulder blades back. As a modification, I used to have my arms out like a wing to balance out the weight of my body. I'll always give you options on how to do different things, and you'll just take up what you prefer. Now, if you ever need a break, I want you to step onto the platform, relax your arms until you have enough energy to pull the carriage back in, then continue. A lot of people will step onto the platform but still hold the cable tight, and that's going to get them tired faster. You have 5 seconds. Meeting me low in 3, 2, hold low. You got 9 seconds before we pulse up and down slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Exhale, inhale. We're almost through this. We're going to be coming up shortly. 9 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up. And then breathe in as you go back to full range. We have an express lunge coming up next. What we're going to do is step onto the platform for safety, facing the back of the platform. And then we're going to use both the red cables or whatever color you have, whether that's gray or blue. You have 9 seconds before we step onto the platform for safety, making that change in 3, 2, step onto the platform, bend your knees to pick up the other cable, and bicep curl to bring the carriage forward. Your left foot will go behind you. The right foot will stay in front of you. Meet me low and hold. We're coming up in 3, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Now your goal is to use your heel to press down heavy to come up 95%, not using the cables until you absolutely need to. Again, you can hold lower down the strap if that makes you feel a little more comfortable. And if you want to challenge, I like to hang up the cable that is towards the target leg and use the other one. Some people like to use the one next to the leg, totally up to you. And if you ever want to make it harder, you can hang up both your cables and try to come up and down without anything at all. We have pulses coming up shortly. If you ever need to take a break, you'll step forward, relax your arms to shake off your leg, and then pull it back in to start again. You got 7 seconds before you meet me low in 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. If you need support, you can put your hands on the handlebar, but don't tuck your chin and don't let go of the red cable. Pulsing in now. Up, down, up, down. Remember, use the bars if you need to, but use the right heel to go up and down. We're not here for much longer. You got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up, and then breathe in as you go down, back till full range. Remember, upright is a little harder, hinged forward is a little easier, and it takes it off that lower back pain if you have it. What we have next is a squat. You're going to be not using the right cable. We're going to be using the left cable. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step forward. Go ahead and drop the cable that we don't need. We're going to pull the carriage in. Right foot will stay on the platform. Left foot will go onto the carriage. I like to hold the cable with my right hand, squatting 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 1, 2, 3. Don't lock the knees. Now, the hardest thing about this exercise is, 1, not to move the carriage by holding the cable in the right hand as still as possible. It starts at my hip, and as I go down, it goes towards my chin. If you need to modify, you can hold both hands onto the cable like this. And if you want it harder, you can always hang up the cable and then go down without anything. And then exhale as you come up. That's going to be a lot harder. Breathe in, down, exhale up. We have toe raises or calf raises coming up next. In 10 seconds, you're going to meet me low and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We're here for 7 seconds before we go up on your toes in 4, 3, 2, up on toes, hold. Down to heels, hold. Up to toes, hold. Down to heels, hold. Up on an exhale, down on an inhale. You have 6 more seconds. Coming up in 3, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, butt back 1, 2, 3, 4. We have kneeling inner thighs coming up next. What we're going to do shortly is step onto the platform for safety and then pull the carriage in, tucking the knees against the straps. You have 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, step onto the platform, pull the carriage in, down to the knees, onto the carriage and the platform. Your knees are tucked against the straps. Now out 1, 2, 3, 4, in the same way. Now a lot of times people are just squeezing their inner thighs, but they forget about their core. So what I like to do is I put one hand on my stomach, the other hand behind my back, and then I draw the belly button up and in towards the spine, and now my core is engaged as I go out and in. Now there's 2 ways to cue this. One is the classical Pilates way, thinking about a string pulling you up, growing tall from the crown of your head, lifting from your pelvic floor and your core. Another way to do this is just to squeeze the inner thighs, and how you know you're going too far is if you're having to press down your knee in order to pull the carriage in. Remember, less is more. You have 10 seconds before we go into a hold, 2 to 3 inches out. In 3, 2, halfway out and hold, belly button to spine. We're here for a little bit longer and we're gonna pulse. In 4, 3, 2, in 2, out 2. Exhale in, breathe in, out. Remember, zip up and in for more pelvic and core, or squeeze inner thighs for more inner thighs. We're gonna go back to full range in 3, 2, squeeze in slow, breathe in, out. If your machine allows you, you can turn the handlebar so that it's facing this direction. So that way you have something right in front of you if you need to. Otherwise, hands on hips, hands on stomach behind the back, hands behind the back, or hands above your head, and they go out as your knees go out and up and in as the knees come in. We have left leg in 3, 2, pull the carriage in. We're going to go down to the left foot on the floor, right knee against the carriage strap, meet knee low and hold. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale as you come upwards, 95%. Don't lock out that knee. And then breathe in as you slowly lower down. Hands on hips, hands like a prayer. Harder is upright, looking forward with with your back straight and up. And then if you have lower back pain, or if you need to modify, hinge forward and then come up, keeping the back in a diagonal line with the back right leg. We have pulses coming up shortly. Remember also, moving forward will make it heavier, moving back will make it lighter, and up on your toes will make it a lot more challenging. You have 10 seconds before you meet me low and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We're here for a little bit longer. We're going to start those pulses in 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Exhale up and breathe in, down. We're not here for much longer. You got 10 seconds before we exhale, coming up slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale as you come up, slow as you can go, and then breathe in as you go down the same slow way. We have a single leg squat coming up next. What we're going to do shortly is we're going to let go of the carriage, grab the handlebars, and your left hand is going to pick up the red, blue, or silver cable. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let go of the carriage. We're going to pick up the red cable with your left hand and then stand up onto the platform facing the opposite direction. Your left foot will go all the way forward. Your right toe will go diagonally behind you. Then meet me low, arms out like a wing or behind your back. Exhale as you come up, 95%, making sure that the butt goes back behind you, not letting the hips go out towards the right with the right leg. Remember, if you need a break, don't just step on your platform and keep the cable high. Lower the arm and relax until you have enough energy to pull the carriage back in. Slow and controlled we go. We just hit that halfway point. Again, in this exercise, anything that you use with a red cable, you're more than welcome to hang up the cable on the black handlebar and try to attempt the exercise without any cable. Even if it's one time, everything that you do is going to get you stronger. You got 9 seconds before you meet me low and hold. In 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. Breathe through this. You have 6 seconds before you pulse. In 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Exhale up and breathe in, down. We're not here for much longer. You have 10 seconds before we exhale up. Try not to pull the cable. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up slow, and then breathe in as you send the butt back, then bend the knees. We have express lunge coming up next. What we're going to do is step onto the platform for safety, and then switch the cable to the other hand so that you can pick up the other cable. You have 10 more seconds. 6, 4, 3, 2, step onto the platform, switch the cable, and then pick up the other cable. Once you have both cables in your hand, you're going to bicep curl to bring the carriage in. Your right toe will go behind you, and then the left foot will stay. Meet me low and hold, coming up in 3, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, gaze is forward, chest tall and proud, upright position to make it harder. If your lower back starts to hurt you, or if you need a modification, hinging forward so that your back is parallel to the back leg will make it a little easier and take it off your lower back. Remember, if you need a break, step forward and relax the arms, shake off your leg and bring it back in when you're ready. Then go into full range. You can hang up one cable. Again, you can use the one closest to the leg. You can use the one furthest away or hang up both and do it without anything. We have pulses coming up in 10 seconds. What we're going to do is meet me low and hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We're here for a little bit longer. We're going to be pulsing in 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Exhale up, breathe in down. Use the handlebars if you need to. We're here for 10 more seconds. Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up. Step forward if you need to take a little bit of a break, and then back to full range. We have squats coming up next. What we're going to do is step forward safely, drop the left cable, only keeping the right. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, step forward, drop the left cable, and turn to the other direction. Your left hand will hold the cable, right foot will go onto carriage, left foot stays on platform. Meet me low, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you can hold the cable wherever you prefer. I like holding it near the buckle to help me out. We're breathing in as you sit down and back, and exhaling as you come up. Now, I know that you're holding the cable with your hand, but try to ease up out of the holding of the strap. I want you to focus on keeping the carriage still, engage that core, step on the platform if you need to shake it off. We're almost there. We got those toe raises coming up next. Whew. It's crazy when it's all at the back. Here we go. You have 10 seconds before you meet me low. 2 hands if you need to modify. Making that change in 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We're here for 6 seconds before we go up on our toes in 4, 3, 2, up on toes, hold. Down on heels, hold. Exhale up, hold. Inhale down, hold. Keep this pace, keep this tempo. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up, and then breathe in as you slowly go down. We have one more leg exercise, then we have obliques, and then we have upper body. Whew. I love this shake. Here we go. 10 more seconds left. We have kneeling inner thighs coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull the carriage in, down to the knees. We're going to go ahead and tuck our knees against the strap. And then breathe in as you go out. Exhale as you come in. Again, my left hand is on my stomach. The right hand is behind my back towards the lower spine. And I'm drawing my belly button in towards the spine to make sure that my core is engaged rather than just squeezing the inner thighs and only working that muscle. Remember that there's a bar in front of you that you can turn, and that way it's right in front of you if you need support. This is the last leg exercise. Remember that your gaze is forward, your chest is tall and proud, core engaged, arms can come together as knees come together, and arms can go out as knees go out, or hands behind the back, or hands on the hips. We have pulses. Coming up next, 9 seconds before we go in halfway to hold. In 5, 4, 3, 2, halfway in and hold. We're going to be pulsing in and out in 6, 4, 3, 2, into, out, 2, into, out, 2. Just by going really slow, my heart rate is already increasing and I'm needing to intake a lot more air. You got 7 more seconds. We're going to squeeze inwards first. In 4, 3, 2, squeeze in, and then out to full range. We have obliques coming up next. What we're going to do is we're going to take a ride to the front, and then we're going to go to the right side of the carriage when we're facing the front of the machine. Woo, super trembly. You have 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. We're going to go ahead and let the carriage go, and we're going to be doing a plank to pike on the floor, and it's going to be a forearm plank to pike. We're going to stand behind the carriage, and we're going to cross your right leg over your left so that your legs are crisscrossed. You're going to go down to your forearms onto the carriage, and then turn your toes inwards towards the machine and the heels away. Starting with an exhale, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale as you draw the right oblique up, and then breathe in as you lower down to that forearm plank with twisted legs. Now, if you want to make this easier, move your forearm forward towards the front end of the carriage. If you want this harder, move your forearms back away from the front of the carriage, and that's going to make it heavier of a pull. I call this a floor forearm twisted plank to pike. We have holds and pulses coming up next. I prefer my palms up, but if you prefer your palms down, you're more than welcome to do that. You got 8 seconds before you go up in 5, 4, 3, 2, pike up halfway and hold. We're here for 6 seconds before you go down and up in 3, 2, down 2, up 2, down 2, up 2. Inhale down, exhale up. 6 seconds left. We're going to go down and forward in 3, 2, breathe in as you go down, exhale as you go up. We got a giant reverse kneeling side crunch coming up next. We're going to get onto the carriage, tuck your knees against the strap, elbows against the platform strap. Almost there. Whew. 10 seconds. Sweating up a storm. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Oh boy, super sweaty. Okay, we're going to get the carriage. Oh, I shouldn't have turned these bars in. All right. Knees against the strap, elbows against the platform strap. Swing your legs off the right side, stacking your knees. Crunch up and in. We're going to release in 3, 2, out on an inhale. Stopping when your back is in a tabletop. And then I want you to round, lift, crunch. Breathing in as you release the chin from the chest and the legs go back. Make sure that you're not going all the way back to where your back is arched like this. You want to stop in a tabletop position, belly button to spine, lift, round, crunch. Halfway through. You want to make sure that your shoulders are not going past your elbows, keeping them in line the entire time. The more you focus on the lifting and the rounding, the more you're going to pull the carriage in without using your knees or your hip flexor. If you need a break, hold your crunch. 7 seconds. We're going to go up and hold in 3, 2, round up and hold, lift the belly button higher, round the spine more. We're going to be pulsing back 2 inches in 3, 2, back 2, forward 2. Don't just bend the knee forward. I want you to lift and round. Remember, if your hip flexor is hurting, you're using your hip flexors more than the lifting and rounding. You got 7 seconds, turning to the other side in 3, 2, crunch forward, child's pose to relax really quick. Then swing your legs off the other side, stacking your knees, crunch up and hold. Back on an inhale when you're ready. And then exhale as you round, lift, crunch. Remember, anytime we're doing a crunch, you don't want to cross your ankles. You want to try to keep them side by side, stacking the knees. Remember, if you need to hold or take a break, I want you to crunch forward, shake it off, and then back into it when you're ready. Already halfway through before we get into pulses. Oh boy. Trust me, even I need to take breaks. Oh my God. Every day's never the same. You got 10 seconds before we round up into a crunch. Making that change in 3, 2, round up into a crunch and hold. Lift the belly button higher, round the spine more. We're going to pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, back 2, lift and round to come into. Remember, don't use the knees. Don't use the hip flexors. Think about lifting from the left side, rounding the spine like a rainbow or angry cat. We're not here for much longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, we're going to take the carriage home. We're going to step out to the left side of the machine facing the front. You're going to be behind the carriage and you're going to cross your left foot over your right. We're going to go down to the forearms. Turn your toes in towards the machine and heels away. Exhaling up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm bumping the carriage to the platform, so I'm moving back a little bit. Okay. This one's really difficult because you are really fighting to lift as high as you can and then breathing in as you slowly go down. Now, remember in a plank to pike that your range of motion is different for everybody. Just because you can't go all the way up doesn't mean that you're sucking at it or anything. You're able to only lift as high as you're able to go. We got pulses coming up next. Whew. I'm a little sweaty, so I'm just kind of slipping on the machine. You got 10 seconds. Oh boy, lower back starting to hurt. We're going to be going up in 5, 4, 3, 2, pike up halfway and hold. We're going to be pulsing down and up in 5, 4, 3, 2, down 2, up 2. Inhale, exhale. Whew. Almost there. 9 more seconds. We're going to go down and forward in 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale down. Exhale up. Ooh. Lower back starting to bug me. Ooh, super sweaty. We got upper body coming up next. In 10 seconds, we got a lat pushdown on the black handlebars at the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. We're going to go to 2 to 3 yellow springs. I'm a little bit tired, so 2 for me. We're going to turn the handlebars inward. We're going to pull the carriage in, and you're going to have your knees behind the strap. I like it behind number 9 to make it a little bit more challenging. Your palms of your hands are going to be on top, not the grip of your hand. Now with an exhale, press through your palms to lift the chin and the chest Bringing the hips forward, trying to squeeze your glutes. Breathe in as you hinge from the shoulders to go down to the starting position where your back is flat and your butt is hovered above the heel. This is working your triceps, your lats, and your core. And it's, again, not important how high that you can go. The important thing is to learn to press through your palms or your wrist on an exhale to lift the chin, the chest, keeping the core tight. The higher that you go, the more you're going to tremble and shake around the arms. We have pulses coming up next. You have 7 seconds before we come up halfway in 3, 2, halfway up and hold. Your body is in a diagonal line, engage the core. We're going to pulse down and up in 3, 2, down, up, down, up. If this becomes too difficult, you can go flatter like the floor and pulse up and down from the flat point. Otherwise, the higher you are, the harder it's going to be. We're almost done. You have 4, 3, 2, breathe in as you go down, and then grab the handlebars, pull your eyes over the bars, tighten the core, arms out, 1, 2, 3, 4, pull, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale as you lengthen your arm to slide back 95% to not lock the elbows. And then exhale as you pull forward with your grip. Now, the less you think about your hands and the more you think about your lats and your shoulders, it's going to help pull forward with those target muscles rather than using your hands. If you want to make this more difficult, you can do one arm at a time and just interchange one arm pulling. Exhale as you pull, breathe in as you release, and then alternate to the other hand behind your back. And that will make it harder without you having to change the spring and then getting back into it and wasting time. We have pulses coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, eyes over bars and hold. In 8 seconds, we're going to pulse. Making that change in 3, 2, back 2, forward 2. Inhale, exhale. If this becomes too difficult, you can lengthen your arm and pulse with longer arms. That's going to make it a little lighter. Keeping it forward, eyes close to the bar will be a lot harder. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, underhand grip. Shake it off if you need to. Eyes over the bars. Now back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. You breathe in as your arms lengthen, just like the lat pull. And then you bicep curl, squeezing the biceps to pull you forward on an exhale. The less you think about your hands, and the more you think about your curl and squeezing the biceps to pull you forward, you're going to be able to activate that muscle a lot more. This is going to be the last exercise of the routine. We got another hold and a pulse coming up next, and then we're going to be all finished. Again, you can do this one arm at a time, hand behind your back or on your hip. And then when you're ready, alternate, and then pull in from the other side. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, eyes over bar, hold. Inhale, back, hold. You have 4, 3, 2, back 2, forward 2, back 2, forward 2. If your lower back ever starts to bug you, it's okay. Take a break. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. We're not here for much longer. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done.